Hey guys, it's Mist here again for another video today, and damn, it has been a while since I have said that. Uh, well, let's give a bit of an explanation to start with. So, last year I stopped making videos, or I stopped uploading or stopped recording and uploading videos about 11 months ago, and I did want to continue, but I kind of grew out of actually recording a lot of the time. It was my grad year last year in high school. I was making new friends and I was really busy the first couple months of school. It was probably the best year of school I've had, though, if that makes any sense. So I'm glad I kind of took the year off. So now that we're back, we're gonna get into this. I'm now in college. I moved from New Brunswick to Oshawa. So let me know anybody out there in Ontario or around the Oshawa area. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I'm back, and as you can tell by the title of the video, we're gonna be doing a Vancouver Canucks franchise mode, and I'm excited to do this because it's been about 4 years since I've done a Vancouver Canucks franchise mode, and my God, have the or how the team has changed. From NHL 17 is when I started my franchise episodes, to now, obviously, NHL 20. Elias Pettersson was not on the team. Brock Besser was not on the team. Um, their best prospect at the time was Olli Juolevi, which obviously isn't really the case anymore. The Sedins were still playing. I think they just had the first year or the second year of the Eriksson contract, so it was a much different team. And I'm excited to get into it because I think this year with Vancouver it'll be really, really fun. Especially because for some reason I was checking this last night in the Pacific Division, the the overalls are really weird. Arizona is tied for highest overall in the Pacific, which I really don't get, and Vancouver is somehow tied for second as highest overall. I don't. It's really weird. I think. You look at some of the divisions, and some teams have awful, awful stats. Like Colorado has an 83 overall team, but I think it's just because the goaltending. Same thing for Edmonton. Like I feel like if Edmonton had better goaltending, they'd probably be an 87 too. But I really don't know. You look at some of the stats. There's just not a lot of good teams out there, but there are some good teams out there at the same time. So let's continue on with Vancouver. Like I said, I'm really excited to do this. So I'm not going to change anything if you guys remember how I would do this back in the day. I don't like Fog of War. I really, really don't. So I'm not playing with Fog of War. Player morale, I always turn off. CPU trades and NHL salary cap are the only ones I keep on. So let's continue through that. Let's do some rules and settings for now. Quick settings. We're going to do a 4-to-4 game style. Injury's going to be off. We're going to do 20-minute periods, and I believe that'll be it. We'll keep the draft picks the same. I just went into quick settings. Let's go to advanced settings, and let's turn NHL injury warning both and retired jerseys off, because I like players that can use whatever the hell they want. So let's go back to quick settings. So I turned injuries off. If you guys would rather injuries on, please let me know. I've just always done injuries off because I think it's a pain. I don't think it's worth using, although it is a little bit more realistic. Sometimes I use injuries, but more often than not, probably 90% of the time, I turn injuries off. So let me know if you guys want injuries on as we head in to our Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. Now, obviously, I want your guys' help through this series. I don't want it to be a one-man show, so I haven't really looked at the team. Although I am going to try and even out the top two lines. I'm not going to just stack the top line with like Horvat, Besser, and Pettersson. I don't think that's a good solution to the Canucks problem. I think we are in need of defensemen, but I do think our forward core isn't the worst. So let's take a look at this team. So let's see. So the top line is JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser, which is a pretty good top line. In all fairness, our second line is Sven Baertschi with Bo Horvat and Tanner Pearson. Our third line is Jake Virtanen, Jay Beagle, and Michael Furland. And our fourth line is Antoine Roussel, Brandon Sutter, and Josh Lievo. Defensively, we have Alexander Edler and Christopher Tanev. Second line, we have Tyler Myers and Troy Stetcher. And then on the third pair, we have Quinn Hughes and Jordy Ben. So, a pretty decent team, I would say. Personally, I don't think it's a bad team. We'll look at special teams after. The goaltending, we have 95. I meant to say 85, Jacob Markstrom. And then our backup is Thatcher Demko. Obviously, our more than likely future franchise goalie. That's another thing why I chose Vancouver. I think it's really nice. We are looking at our team. We have a franchise centerman in Pettersson. We've got a good 1-2 punch for this entire franchise, more than likely, of Pettersson and Horvat. We have a franchise winger, probably, in Besser. We've got a franchise defenseman in Quinn Hughes. And more than likely, we've got a franchise goalie in Thatcher Demko. So, really, as long as we fill the team around them, everything should work out nicely, I guess. So let's see. What was I thinking about doing? So I was thinking having a second line of JT Miller, Bo Horvat, and Sven Baertschi, having a first line of Michael Furland, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser. I think that's a good shout, personally. I think that's probably the best lines we could do. So we've got like a sniper, a two-way sniper playmaker kind of, and then we got a power forward who can also pass the puck in Furland. He's not that bad of an offensive player. Will I use him? I don't know if I'll use him on the power play, though. I guess I probably will. Yeah, he'll probably be on the second unit, though. So, I don't know. I think that's good because, so we have a sniper, and a power forward, really. And then on the second line, we've got a two-way forward, and a sniper, which I don't think is bad. Now, as for the bottom six, I'm really not a fan of the bottom six because of some of the contracts. Tanner Pearson's contract is pretty poor. Thank God it's only for another 2 seasons, but we'll get through that. I'm not worried about it. Jay Beagle's contract is not great for a third-line center at $3 million, though. It's kind of what you got to pay now in the NHL. For Tandon's fine, although we will have to sign him at the end of the year. Roussel, it's the exact same contract as Beagle. Again, not a great contract. Now, Sutter's contract is really not that great. Again, luckily only for 2 more seasons. And then Josh Lievo, again, not on a bad contract. We'll have to re-sign him at the end of the season, though. As for defense, Edler, not on a bad contract. He's getting paid for 2 more seasons. Once those 2 years are up, he will not be getting that much because we have players to sign, like Elias Pettersson. We have to sign Besser next season. And Quinn Hughes as well in 2 seasons, although Besser is an RFA this year. I don't know why all the RFAs are still on an ELC for 1 season. Like, in franchise mode this year, all the RFAs that haven't been signed are just on like an extra year of their ELC, so they're on 4 years of an ELC instead of 3. So Besser, Marner, Line, Connor, like they're all on like a cap hit of $925,000 again for the first season in franchise, which is kind of stupid, I think. They should honestly probably just be in free agency, listed as RFAs, to get them signed. So, it kind of sucks, but what can you do? So is this the way I want to keep the bottom six, though? Well, let's make sure we don't have anybody in the system I want to be played up here, but we have a good bottom six. I don't think we really need to call anybody up. Let's see, we've got extra skaters, so Tim Schaller and Tyler Mott will go down, and I'm not playing Goldobin, right? I don't think so. I believe I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not. All right, so I think that's really the shout. Louis Eriksson is not playing in the NHL, which is a problem because that is a very, very poor contract of $6 million for the next 3 seasons. How am I gonna work that one through then? uh, I don't want to get rid of Levo. He's a third liner. Pearson's a third liner. Vertanen's a third liner. Beagle, Sutter, and Roussel are all third liners as well. I do not know what to do with Louis Eriksson, and I will not be able to trade him. Huh. Well, that is an issue now. I'm gonna have to get rid of one of those players because I can't. Even Nikolai Goldobin, well, I guess he is listed as a depth forward. I was gonna say he probably should be in the NHL, but I guess it works out that he's not. Those are our goalies in the AHL as well. Idle lines, yes. Let's go to the AHL because I believe the NHL is fine. We will best lines it to see what it looks like. Tyler Mott, Adam Gaudette, Nikolai Goldobin. Let's do. Where did Cole Lind go? Cole Lind, you're coming up to the top line, buddy. You are listed as a right winger. You will play on the right wing with Adam Gaudette and Nikolai Goldobin. Our second line of Boucher, Schaller, and Bailey. Again, poor Schaller making a decent amount of money playing in the NHL. We've just got too many players for the bottom six right now. Carter Camper is 31 years old. Can we get rid of him? For Jonah Gadjevich isn't too bad. Probably our best prospect that's not in the lineup, I guess, then. Wasey Hamilton, can we get rid of him for someone? Jan Pavel LaPlante, not great, right wing. Dyson Stevenson, Petrus Palmu, we'll put in Lucas Jacek. I guess we can put in as well, just because he's 22. Zach McEwen will keep, Tyler Mott will keep. Carter Banks will be taken out, though, and we'll put Jacek in there. As for defensemen, Oscar Fantenberg, Alex Biega, Brogan Rafferty. I almost said that. Wow, I struggled for that one. Bourgeois and Blugis. Is there anybody better? Yes, Oli Levy, who I would like to play. He still has a decent potential. Will he make the NHL? Probably not. We'll swap Biega for him just so he's playing everywhere. We'll put Biega back in for Rafferty. Let's go back up to the top. Biega will go in for Rafferty, and then instead of Blugis, we will play Rafferty. Alright, so that'll be the AHL defense. As for the goaltending, Richard Backman and Michael DiPietro. Richard Backman will not be the starter, though. Zane McIntyre will be the backup. We will keep DiPietro as a starter. And there we go. So that's our AHL. That's our NHL teams. What do I do with someone from the bottom six, though? I really don't know. I really don't. I gotta get rid of one of them. Tanner Pearson is an option. I'd rather get rid of Pearson, Beagle, Roussel, or Sutter. Levo and Vertanen I'd rather not get rid of. Even though I am going to have to sign both of them at the end of the season, which may be not a bad option to get rid of one of them in that sense. But Vertanen's still 23. I got to sneeze just 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Um, I really don't know what to do. Because I think I should be putting Erickson in the lineup just because of the contract. We're listed as hopeful, which is surprising. With 86 overall team, we're still listed as hopeful. Okay, I've seen this already. I don't know why it's given me that. It's not like this is the first time I've played this year. It's actually not. I've done one season with the Edmonton Oilers. That's all I've done so far this year. So I will be going along through this with you guys, even though I'm sure most of you probably already know more than I do. So let's see, what do I do? Let's check salary cap so we can sort it by some of the worst players on our bottom six. So Brandon Sutter. Let's see. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Does anybody want him? I don't remember how you check for a trade. Is it like that? Man, there's a way to check for players for a trade. I don't know how to do it. I don't remember how to do it. Maybe it's not in this screen. I'm really not sure. But, let's see, man. I really don't know what to do here. I really don't. Let's sort it by overall. Actually, this might be easier. And sort it by forwards. So, we've got Pearson, Levo, Virtanen, Roussel, Sutter, Beagle, and Erickson. Beagle. Great third liner, or fourth liner, really. He's a very good two-way forward. Tremendous defensive category, like unreal defensive category. Brandon Sutter's basically a worse version of Beagle. Antoine Roussel can do a little bit offensively, is really slow. I didn't realize how slow he was. Beagle's also slow. Pretty physical, pretty damn physical. Virtanen's fast. I'm keeping him anyways. Levo's not very fast. Pearson has some speed, and he's probably the most offensive out of the players I'm thinking about giving up on. And then Brandon, no, we did Sutter already, sorry, and Erickson. So, I'm thinking Brandon Sutter would be the one on his way out. So we can put Erickson in the lineup. We'll have a third line of Virtanen, Beagle, and Pearson. And then a fourth line of Levo, Roussel, and Erickson. Although, who would take face-offs there? Roussel can't, Levo can't, and I don't think Erickson can. No, we cannot. Maybe I can't do Sutter because we need someone to take the draws. Can't, can, and can. God. Well, that makes it even harder. We only have two options for a centerman. So we can't get rid of Sutter then. I'm thinking maybe Roussel then. Because he's really slow. He's very good physically. But he's really slow. Probably not going to help the team that much, although he's really good defensively. Let's see. People do want Roussel, so just scrolling through, there are a lot of teams that would like to have Roussel, so we might have to come back to that. So I think Roussel's going to be the one on the chopping block, guys. Let me know what you think we should do with him. Oh, fine trade, that's how you do it. Okay. So actually, let's just out of curiosity, let's see where Roussel is at in this. Let's sort it by forwards. Roussel, let's see if anybody wants him. Add asset. Alright, I did not mean to do that. Add asset. Let's try that again. Where is he? Antoine Roussel. Where the hell did he go? There he is. Alright, add him. Fine trade. I had to click Y. I didn't know. Okay. No trades for Roussel then. Alright, so let's check forwards. Sorted by overall. Is there any trades for any of them? No trade for Pearson. I didn't mean to do that again. Okay. I'm going to keep Eriksson on the block. I'm going to take Beagle off. I'm going to take or keep Sutter on, and I'm going to put Roussel on as well. Just sort of to buy contracts because that's probably the easiest way to find them. So there we go. So those are the 3 players on the block right now. 3 players with pretty poor contracts, all good, well, decent bottom 6 players. So yeah, I think we'll just keep it at that for now. As for contracts, I do want to look at contracts. Let's see. Yep. I've already done this. All right. So RFA Besser, I do not want to trade him. Can I not offer him a extension right now? Why is that? I was going to offer him an extension, but I guess I can't. Chris Tanev needs an extension, though, just out of curiosity. How much does he want? Way more than I'd rather pay him, to be fair. Although, realistically, I'd probably do 4 years, $4 million, which, to be fair, that's not bad. Because that'll bring him up to 33. That's kind of bringing him to the end of his career. But he's a good, serviceable second pairing defenseman. Even thinking maybe do a 2 or 3, maybe do a 2-year deal. So he'll be 31. Then we can sign him to another contract when that's up. But we can prioritize on Pedersen and Hughes. You know what, maybe that's not a bad shout either. Let me know, guys, what do you think I should do there? Should I do a 2-way or like a bridge deal, I guess, kind of thing for Tanev? So do a 2-year deal and then sign him again in another 2 years. Stetcher also wants an extension. Oh, well, realistically, it wouldn't be 2 years. It would actually be a 1-year deal for both of them if I were to do that. I could do a 1-year deal for both of them at $4 million. Levo, is he going to want a big... I can't check. I was going to ask if he wants a big extension, but I can't check. I don't know why some players I can and some players I can't. For Tannen, can I? I can. That's weird. For Tannen does not want a lot of money. So that's okay. We can look at him come off season time. Let's check at goalies. Markstrom is up at the end of the season, and he doesn't want an extension. He wants a 6-year deal, though. Jesus Christ. I don't really think I'm going to give him that long of a deal. As for Demko, he's signed for the next 2 seasons. So I'm thinking, you know, what if I do Markstrom for 2 seasons at, you know, $4.4 million. That's another option as well. I'm not going to do any of these extensions yet. I'm going to wait to hear from you guys. I'm not going to end the episode just yet. We're going to go through the preseason just out of curiosity to see what this team would look like, although I guess it isn't the final team. I should probably put Eriksson in instead of Roussel. We'll do that just to see what this team might look like. So Ferland, Pedersen, and Besser, Baertschi, Horvat, Miller, Pearson, Beagle, Virtanen, Levo, Sutter, Suter. God damn it. Sutter. No, it's Sutter. Brandon Sutter, yes. Brandon Sutter, Ryan Suter, I believe. Okay. Louis Eriksson, there we go. So that is a very slow 4th line. My God. Really tempted to put Pearson on that line just because he could even out the speed a little bit. but I don't think I'm going to. I think those are going to be the lines. So that's our forward core. Defense. What do I want to do with defense? Edler, Tanev, Myers, Stetcher. Oh my. Man, I really like Myers. It's just not a great contract. I need Quinn Hughes. I want Hughes up in the lineup, but he is listed as a top 6. You know what? I think we'll keep him there. So we're going to do the preseason. And we're going to look at the coaching staff and scouts, I think. And then we'll probably end the episode there. I'll do the other line changes at the end of the episode off screen. So Jay Beagle and Brandon Sutter for a second and a fourth. Interesting, although I don't really want to get rid of Beagle. Beagle and Sutter for Marcus Granlund. Which, honestly, a third, Granlund and Habig. I get $7.3 million off the books. Honestly, not a bad option. Let's see, Granlund is what, a 79? 78, actually. He doesn't have great face-offs, and that's literally getting rid of my 2 centermen, so I don't think that is a great option, getting rid of the 2 centermen I have for that. Tim Schaller and Jordy Ben for a third and a fourth. Again, not bad. Jordy Ben, expendable. Schaller is definitely expendable just because he's playing in the AHL. But for defensemen, do we have anybody to replace Ben? We have Fantenberg and Biega, yeah, which aren't great replacements. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that trade either. Let's just keep moving on. See, Ben and Beagle for a fourth for a third and a third. I don't think I'm gonna do that one either. Beagle and Sutter for a third, a fourth, and Habig. Right. Ben, a third and a fifth for a second and a prospect. I mean, a second wouldn't be too bad. That would be nice, but again, I don't really want to give up Jordy Ben just because we don't have the greatest replacement in defenseman, and I don't know what this team is going to be this year. I don't know if we're going to be contending for a playoff spot or what's happening here. It's really, I don't know, it really is an option. We are one of the best teams in the preseason. Ferland led the team in points with 7. He was a point per game, so that's not too bad, I guess. Besser was 6, Pedersen was 6, Tanev with 5, Horvat with 5. That was the top 5. As for the goaltending, Markstrom had a 9-19, 1-3, 1-2. Demko played 1 game and played horrendously. Alright, well, let's not worry about that too much. I'm going to assume he played that Anaheim game because it was an 8-7 game. But alright, let's sim to the regular season, which will be against the Edmonton Oilers in the first game. Is it a home opener? No, it is not. When is our home opener? Let's go and see. Our home opener is against LA. Alright. Interesting enough. So let's now go take a look at our coaching staff, which is a new feature in this year's franchise mode, which I really like, to be honest. I think it's cool. I don't really know how it works so far, or yet, I guess. But we've got Travis Shipley. He's our coach. He's a B overall. He's got a fine salary. He's 3 years left. Has done nothing so far, obviously, because, let's check. Oh, wait, no, sorry. We'll keep it on Shipley for now. So, best player chemistry is Ben, Tanev, and Eriksson. Everything's pretty high, although coaching staff's a little towards the midway point. He is happy, though. Again, didn't mean to change. Obviously, nothing yet. We'll keep an eye on that coaching record. He's a balanced player, or he's a balanced coach. Coaches with a balanced scheme work best with balanced players, but can work with players who have a strong preference on how they play. He's a 62% team fit, which is not great. He loves Elias Pettersson, absolutely loves Elias Pettersson. Levo, Virtanen, Tanev, Myers. I don't know. I think we're going to keep him for now. We'll see how it goes. There's the team strategies, which I don't know if you can change or not. And then the line strategies. So, interesting. I don't know. It's really interesting. I'm really not sure how the coaches work yet. Now, for scouts, I'm probably going to do this off screen. I'm going to get rid of all the NHL and AHL scouts because, again, we don't need them. Because I don't like fog of war, and I don't need to scout the NHL and AHL players. So, let's do our home opener. We will slow sim it. We'll do the home opener to see how everything goes. Alex Jason, with just over a minute into the game, scores the first goal of this series. Nice. Not a great start, but maybe Vancouver can bring it back. Although I'm really not too worried about it. It's one game, and it's literally the first game of the season. But Alex Jason has two in the first period. Shots are pretty even, 12-12. We'll slow sim through the second one now. Vancouver has a power play, and Tanner Pearson on the power play. We still have a power play after that, but Matt Benning makes it a 2-goal lead for the Oilers once again. Another power play for Vancouver. Can we confirm on it again? No, we cannot. All right, a few minutes left in the second period. And now for the third period. So, the first player in this series as a Canuck to score a goal was Tanner Pearson. Jesse Puljujarvi. I forgot to make some roster edits. Puljujarvi I was going to send to the Liga. Gardner I was going to put on Carolina because I forgot to. And Thornton I was going to put on the Sharks because I also forgot to do that. Well, as I was saying that, it is 3-4. It's a 1-goal game with 2 minutes to go. And it will end 4-3 for the Oilers. We almost had a comeback there. Less than a minute apart, Baertschi and Stetcher scored. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Let's see, the 3 stars, Alex Jason, Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid. The players you'd think would be scoring, I guess. Not so much Jason, but you know. Tanner Pearson leads our team in points so far. So, guys, I think that will be it for episode 1 of this Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. Let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know if you're excited that I'm back. Obviously, I'm very thankful to be back. Hopefully I'm successful with these franchise modes like I was back in the day. Thank you all again so much for watching. Let me know what I should do with Roussel. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.